quick question.
Okay, go ahead.
If, bless you, if the district does decide Friday that we are coming back, is there talks of possibly doing the math next week after, like when the kids would be there, or is this for sure going to be like an online?
For sure going to be online, except for our students with IEPs. So Orion and I are going to sit down, or are going to talk about accommodations for those students. But if they qualify for separate setting, they will test either via Google Meets with Yvonne or Orion in a separate setting online, or they will be invited to come into the school to do that as well. So if you have any strong feelings about your student needs, maybe communicate those to Orion, but we're also going to sit down and kind of plan some of that stuff out as well. Assessments that people are going to take, we're all 2nd through 5th grade here, so you're going to take the screening assessment. It says when you assign an assessment, you have to choose what the kids are going to take. And so just make sure we're used to giving the growth assessment. And there's a lot of different tests to assign that you could choose. So for 2nd through and 3rd grade TWI, you're going to give the Spanish reading and math tests. And this is what the test name is. It then says like it has a bunch of words after it as well, but just find that screening Spanish reading 2-5, and you'll be giving the right test. 3rd, Laurel, obviously you're going to be giving the test in English, and then 4th and 5th grade, we're all going to be giving the tests in English as well.
Wait, sorry, I'm confused. We're giving the Spanish reading and Spanish math?
No. Do you see my screen?
Yeah, I did, but I thought you just said Spanish math and Spanish reading.
For 2nd and 3rd.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
2nd and 3rd, we'll give the Spanish,
Okay.
English, and then 4th and 5th, we're all going to give all the English tests.
English.
If you have a newcomer in your class that you want to take the Spanish, you can assign them the Spanish test. If you have any students, that have only been here a year and you think they really need the Spanish support, like
why aren't we doing it in Spanish? The math. How come we're not doing the math in Spanish?
We've had a lot of conversations about that, and we decided last year that we thought English would be better.
Okay.
So, and then I'm going to talk to Sarah, but just plan on these being your 4 testing days, October 1st and 2nd, 5th and 6th. And I think that that might be helpful. There is a practice test. You can show the kids what it's going to look like beforehand if you want to. But I'm going to walk, when I walk people through the test, I'm going to show you what the practice test looks like if you haven't seen that yet.
Rosie, hey, Rosie.
Yep.
Can we start, like, if I have 3 small groups, I'm thinking it'd be so helpful if I started like next Wednesday.
So
instead of waiting
September 30th?
Right. Or even next Tuesday. Just so that I can do three testing sessions with each group. And well, actually, you know what? Let me think about that and I'll get back to you.
Okay. Why don't I just say this? If you have any times or date requests that you want to do, put it into that document that I shared. And then if it's an issue, we'll let you know. But otherwise, just schedule it the way you want it. Does that sound good?
What is the soonest that we can start or that we're supposed to start?
October 1st.
Okay.
I have a silly question. I just want to clarify that this is all during synchronous time.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not being assigned via Canvas. It's when we're all on a meeting together.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so cheat sheet. I just want to walk you guys through these documents so you know what you have. Cheat sheet. I made. I think it's the most important information for administering the map. It has the websites that you go to log in, and the website that the students go to log in. It has kind of walking you through how to set up a session, how to assign a test. It tells you what tests they're going to be taking again. It talks about some makeup testing. We're going to be doing makeup testing on the 7th, and we will contact families and schedule those as we can. I don't think we're going to have 100% completion this year, and I think that's okay. So we're going to do the best we can. You won't be able to see the results for 24 hours. And so anyway, those are just some key things from the cheat sheet that I made. There is a troubleshooting proctor testing tips that I also linked in here, and that is straight from the MAP website. And so it gives you some sign-in tips and kind of walks you through. So anyway, you can check that out if you need extra help. Accommodations, I just have for students with IEPs, their names are just in here, and we will be working collaboratively. I would maybe check in with Orion too about what their needs are and when they're going to be testing with who. But just so you guys know, as long as your student with IEPs qualifies for separate setting, they will be getting some support in terms of that. And then testing makeup list. If you have any students, this is like we see every year. Sorry, second grade team. But this is what we see every year. Just go ahead and put in your students that did not complete the assessment. And I will do my best to kind of follow up as well and make sure that if there's a kid missing or whatever, that they get added and that we make some sort of attempt to do makeups with them as well. And then the schedule sheet, which is just for you to write in when you're planning on giving these tests. Are there any questions in terms of that?
Yes, Rosie, we're not using the secure browser.
No, we are not using the secure browser. We are using the website. And so that, the cheat sheet.
How about those students who are really savvy? They have to go out and search the answers on the internet. And I'm wondering about the validity of this assessment if we do it this way.
Jesus, I think what we get is what we get. These kids are second graders. They're not that savvy. They're not going to be.
No, but Jenny, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the fourth graders and fifth graders. They already tried that last year. And I'm just wondering about the validity of these results if they are allowed to go and search the internet for the answers. They are savvy. And well, this is only a question and a concern. For third graders, there are some students that are already showing those skills. And I'm just asking.
Yeah, I think I'm going to share your concern. I think we all share that concern. The tests are not going to be, we're going to have to take the test with a grain of salt. I mean, it's a screening test also. The score is not going to be like what we get with the growth, and we're not going to get the reports either, but it does give us a baseline. And there's going to be kids who are going to be probably getting some help, and so we'll do the best we can. But I'm going to
put that in your back to school
your suggestion. Go ahead.
Is there any valid reason we're not using the secure browser? I mean, it is because technical issues or reason?
I will ask that.
Jesus, I see your point. Rosie, isn't it because if they're using the secure browser, they can't be in the meeting with us?
Yes. If they're in a secure browser, they cannot be on but I'm not sure if that's the only reason why. So I will double check that. So just in terms of time, if you have any other concerns about the test that you need me to cover or want me to pass on to the powers that be, please shoot me an email. And then you're welcome to stay on with me. I would like the second grade team at least to stay on with me so that they can get walked through how to set up a test session if you need help with that. Since we only have about 8 more minutes to do that. Is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I had a question. So while
Yes,
we're
yes.
Zooming live, the students are supposed to be doing their tests while having a Zoom.
Yeah.
Because
That's
I
the-
haven't been able to even do that with my own computer. If I share something, it'll last a few minutes and it won't work. It'll just like they won't hear me anymore. And I've
Yeah.
been using my personal computer and the Chromebook, and I'm at school, so I don't know how they're gonna be able to Zoom and click out of something else. It gets so slow. I haven't even been able to share my screen successfully this whole week.
I'm gonna just double check and see if kids are allowed to take this asynchronously. Because that's definitely an issue. I mean, I bought a new laptop because I just couldn't deal. So I hear you. Has everybody tried getting logged in? No? Okay, if you're comfortable with this, no. If you guys are comfortable setting up your session, you can go ahead and log out now. Thank you for coming. But I'm gonna
I just have a
well, go
I
ahead.
just have a quick. My students have been practicing the English version, and then now they are telling us that the Spanish is going to be available. Should we reverse and start doing it in Spanish or what?
3rd grade will take both tests in Spanish.
Jesus, is the practice test available?
Yes.
Yes, it is available in Spanish. But however, last year we were asked not to use the Spanish, so I didn't know what to do. So I started using the English version.
The students haven't had much instruction in English reading, right?
No.
Same thing as last year, and
Yeah.
we decided to do it in English. So I'm a little bit confused because then we are flip flopping Spanish
Yeah.
English and Spanish English, and it's kind of confusing.
Jesus, what do you think is better for the kids in beginning of 3rd grade?
TWI, they don't know any English. I mean, why do we? Well, to me, it's torture because they don't know a lot of things.
So we need to do it in Spanish. And I have a comment for Eileen. Honey, when I ask kids to share their screen with me, oftentimes they have like 8 different windows open, and I have them shut all but like 2. And that could be a problem for the kids. I don't know about you, but sharing screen is okay anyway.
All right, you guys, I really want to show you how to set up a test before we log out, because that's the most important thing, that you need to know how to set up a test. So if you want to follow along with me, or you, I would suggest trying to get logged in right now so that you know you can get logged in and you remember how to set up a session. So I did put these instructions in, but I'm going to walk you through it. So I just went to, it's teach.mapnwea.org, and that link or that website is listed in my cheat sheet. Okay, so I'm going to log out, and your login is your email. And then I don't know what your passwords are. If you forgot your password or you don't have a password, then maybe I would practice that right now. And so I'm going to log in, and then I am going to click on Manage Test Sessions. And once I click on Manage Test Sessions, I'm going to click on Test My Class. If you're good with this, you guys can leave, but you're welcome to stay as well if you just want to review it. It's only going to take 3 minutes because we got to log out. So you're going to go to Test My Class if you're testing your whole class. Even if you're not testing your whole class, you can still just set up the session with everybody in it, and the kids that log in, log in. Or you can go to Find Students to Test and you can